I went.
Please don't do that.
I went.
Come over here.
I I've been wanting to see like a black person, like a Negro, talk about the MLK stuff.
Okay.
Like,
Ain't if you black, you Negro?
no,
Well, technically,
oh,
you right about that.
it's a
Ooh,
separation.
it is.
Um,
Sad to say.
and so I want to hear somebody talking about it. That's just not because most people that's talking about the MLK stuff are usually on the offended side of talking about anything regarding MLK, and then
Yeah.
people want to know so bad why is he declassifying it? Because people feel like people are like, okay, you declassifying files. Why? Well, that's our hero. What is there to declassify? There's a lot, but I want to hear somebody talk about the situation that is
And
you would expect.
why don't people want to know the truth? Didn't he declassify JFK's files?
Yeah, but
Okay, so
but they don't have any. So it's been the mystery behind the JFK file things. People don't. There have not been a lot of talk about Martin Luther King.
True.
We really have to dig and find that content information, but or like find that stuff where people question King.
people
But
don't want to talk about
there's
it.
not a lot of information
like
about any secretive stuff on King. But he's saying, let's just play this.
Yeah.
Let's play this.
We can talk about it after. But there are people that know, just like they knew about Obama, like they knew about Puffy, like they knew about R. Kelly.
I got some interviews to do right after this, but I told him I got to catch Spliff D.
Ooh, I feel so honored, man. I feel so honored, babe. But I'm finna hit him with a blow real quick. Donald Trump won the election.
Yup.
Donald Trump came into office and started signing a lot of executive orders.
Yes, sir.
But one that stood out the most, that he said that he was
Also, on the side note, for all my new people that's seeing this particular person, if I'm not mistaken, he was Diddy's bodyguard at one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
going to release the FBI files. So RFK, JFK, and MLK.
Right.
All the K's. I just thought about
Now-
that. Y'all got K's at the end.
True.
He said that he was releasing the assassination files
Yep.
that the FBI was keeping classified.
So,
But within the FBI files are also the classified COINTELPRO files.
yes, sir.
Now, rumors have been circulating for years, for decades, about MLK's extramarital affairs.
Swiftly,
Yeah.
get it out.
So a lot of people are wondering if Trump releases these files, will I be able to view King in the same light?
Man, fantastic question. That's why I tap in on Spliff D. So look, I'll say this. I always tell people, as a man, all of my rich homies, they have a wife. And in order to be considered elite as a man, especially a black man, you got to be known to be faithful to your wife.
Come on.
Secondly, when it comes to him releasing these files, Spliff D, you ever heard of a dead man switch?
No.
And just on the side note, when he said that, yeah, when you go to the elite level and you have a spouse, it's upheld a different way. But when you're at elite level, I don't care who you are, official, pastor, it don't matter if you're at the top level, but then you sliding, your elite look doesn't look top level anymore. So and that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Okay, so a dead man switch is, in the case of my untimely demise, if I get took out, I'm not able to show up to my laptop and put in a password. If that password not put in every day, some very critical information will get leaked to all media platforms and everybody who need to have it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Now, we seen Trump at a campaign rally outdoors get shot, grazed in the ear, hit in the chest. the shooter had a 22 caliber AR-15. That's the type of firepower he was using. So from a long distance, the injuries he sustained, that match. Then when JFK got assassinated, the day of that event, his whole Secret Service team got swapped out. Same thing happened to Trump the day he got shot. Same thing. His whole Secret Service team got swapped out that day.
Wow.
And then he and his security team had to work with local law enforcement in Philadelphia. So if you pay attention to it, the snipers that they had to watch his ass was all local law enforcement, not Secret Service. Then at Mar-a-Lago on his property, the second time they had tried to assassinate him, the Secret Service agent seen the rifle sticking out the wood, out of the bushes, let off a whole clip and missed every shot. So for him to keep himself alive, he have to let the American people know that, look, the deep state Democrats who y'all been voting for all these years, they killed all of y'all heroes.
Right, exactly.
That's why he wants that information to come out. That's why Congress is trying to block it from coming out. That's why over the next 3 weeks, we're going to see congressional hearings about that, because Congress don't want that to come out. The deep state Democrats don't want that to come out. That's what that is about. In order to keep himself preserved and alive, he have to show the people who voted for him why you need to trust me and not who you previously was trusting, because these people killed the people who y'all idolized. They killed Malcolm X. This election was won by a landslide, right or wrong.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
So that means when we seen them people go down there and storm the Capitol, we haven't seen that since the 1600s. Does that mean they stole that election? He just 1,600 people from the January 6th event when they stormed the election. The problem is, bro, white people are the best group of killers we've ever seen. They can organize themselves in secret better than everybody else. This is why the Black Panthers, Huey P. Newton, was also killed by the FBI with the COINTELPRO. You have to be able to operate in secret in order to keep things established. So, because let's look at this. The NFAC, an all-black military coalition led by Grandmaster Jay. Grandmaster Jay was on to something. He's in prison right now for 7 years. Soon as he went public, FBI agents infiltrated this organization, kept track on him. He looked through a scope on a shotgun to the roof of a parking garage, and they charged him with the same thing they charged the police officer who killed Breonna Stewart. He in prison. Wow. He in prison right now. Because do you remember in Houston when the black dude killed all the police officers?
Yeah.
They swept that under the rug. You don't hear nothing about that. Because the FBI was actively pursuing all black nationalist groups. Trump knows this. Trump appointed people to tell the FBI to stop targeting them. And the FBI was at risk of getting disbanded. That's why we seen all of the human trafficking arrests. That's why we seen Diddy locked up. That's why we seen the guy from Abercrombie and Fitch locked up. Because they were trying to save face. We just seen Trump cancel all of the federal loan programs, all of the federal disbursement programs, simply because they have an initiative to shrink down the government. Because there's a group of people in our government that is operating without congressional oversight. That same group tried to kill him.
That's right.
That's true.
I want to ask you this.
My throat.
As a black man, when
right.
you grew up,
real quick, please.
Right.
And you was taught.
He just said some stuff right there. Now I know we got a few more seconds.
Yeah, keep going.
But this is so, this is some of the stuff I didn't know. That's why I really want to go and get these papers and really take my time and read through it myself. We knew quite a bit about MLK because we learned a while ago. However, what I don't like is people, when they get the information, it's always some type of underlying thing.
Correct.
As to why the information is what it is. Truth is truth. You don't have to like it. Just respect it. That's what it is. I mean, this makes so much sense. It makes so much sense.
And on top of that, King, so...
Well, you want to let him finish? I just had to say that so far. Yeah.
King was a good man. And we his legacy ain't going nowhere because he's dead. He's passed. If he was alive, his legacy would be shot. But his legacy ain't going nowhere because he's gone. And
you learned about Martin Luther King. Right. What was the image that was painted to you?
Well,
little boy King
that was painted to me about him was he was a freedom fighter.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Turn the other cheek.
Mm-hmm.
There was footage of him getting attacked and accosted. He never reacted in a violent way.
Mm-hmm. All staged.
But every chance media got, they tried to paint him as an adulterer, as a man not faithful to his wife. They've been doing that. When he did the I Have a Dream speech, Trump at his inauguration had a black man come and sing, and he had a song derived from that speech. So when it comes to Martin Luther King, all we have now is Coretta Scott.
So let me ask you, so do you think once these files are open, it will tarnish the legacy of MLK?
It's not going to tarnish the legacy of MLK because the man has been long past a long time. Trump is doing that to show that for all of these years, the deep state, the cabal, the Democratic Party that has made all of these promises to the African American community and has not lived up to any of them.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's doing that to show people, like, look, they will kill you if you do not capitulate.
Yep.
Point blank, period.
That's it.
So once those files come out,
that's it.
He already pardoned everybody who was arrested for the insurrection on January 6th. And then his party is filing so that a president can have a third term. That means they have to change the Constitution.
Really?
Wow. He's already trying to change the Constitution with the 14th Amendment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I'm gonna ask your opinion on that. So Trump wants to change that. Basically, the verbiage about birthright citizenship.
For sure.
Which he explained that when they wrote that 14th Amendment, it was meant for the children of slaves.
Absolutely.
They never amended that 14th Amendment. So Trump is basically saying that people other migrants took advantage of that 14th Amendment, came over illegally, had kids, and now their kids became citizens.
Absolutely.
All right. A lot of black people are upset because I think they don't really understand the purpose and his purpose of trying to get rid of that 14th Amendment. They looking at it like he's trying to erase black history.
Right. And to me, that's asinine. It's egregious. Simply because, like they always say, if you want to hide something, you put it in a book.
Right.
Now, if you go to the ICE website, on the official website, they say 13,000 people across the border illegally who had murder convictions. Think about that. Now, when these migrants come into this country, what neighborhoods are they going to set up shop?
Right.
Black neighborhood.
Exactly.
Facts.
So now there's already a limited amount of resources. Now these people show up here who are willing to do all of the jobs we don't want to do for a much cheaper price.
Mm-hmm.
So then who becomes the victim then? Us. We've been hypnotized to believe that the Democratic Party has been our ally. But we also seen Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton say that the youth in our neighborhoods are super predators. right or wrong.
That's true. Don't forget Bill.
Bill Clinton felt as if he was able to lower the deficit, he could fix the country. But all of the money that they pledged to go to our communities didn't go there. It did not. Nothing has changed in our communities. Even with Obama. Obama is from Chicago. His city where he's from, the murder rate is through the roof.
Horrible.
He had done nothing to assimilate any of that. So when it boils down to it, it's been a changing of the guard. The Trump administration had reached out to me. I was in contact with Donald Trump Jr. The plan was for me to speak the same day Harry O spoke, but we just wasn't able to line it up. But the significance of that is this. When people vote, you have to vote for policy. I remember being a young guy in the south side of Chicago. My church is Carter Temple on 79th and Wabash. Obama came to my church and he said, if you can vote for Blagojevich, you can vote for Obama. Right? Blagojevich ended up going to jail for 10 years. These people are no different than us. Career criminals, they just are able to be in a position where they can vote and make policy.
Yeah.
We must learn to police ourselves and hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Exactly.
If not, and Trump said this himself, he said, if we don't hold ourselves to a higher standard, we can be rounded up and enslaved again. Yeah. That is a fact.
Well,
that's real. He reminds me of Killer Mike.
A little bit, yeah.
Give me the vibes.
Yeah, they do give you.
And it's knowledge based, you know how he is carrying himself. But I believe
you do have that vibe for Killer Mike.
It's sad but true. And I think too, as humans, we have to stop putting people on pedestals. And I think that is where ultimately, that's the big picture. That's where it goes wrong. Whoever this person is that has acquired a certain level of success in a particular area. Outstanding, wonderful, great. It's hard to be successful, in any country. However, when a person acquires a certain level of success, that's just that area. We don't know them personally. We don't know the stuff that we don't know. You don't know if you don't have a connection to them personally. You don't know their personal life. You don't know what they do. So when something comes up, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe. Why? He or she is a man or a woman. There's no person around here that is going to be sin-free except for Jesus. That is it. Nobody else. So if someone has done something, when I heard it, it wasn't new. Because when I went to Florida State and did an internship there was a play. And they did a play, and they did a play of him in a hotel with another woman. And I was like, wow, okay, wait a minute.
But this even, they're saying.
So people knew this. That's what I'm saying. It's like people knew this, just like they knew about other side of Obama. They knew about, we just don't know. We don't have privy to this person.
The issue is, in addition with MLK, because it shows you the Democrat Party. Also, the thing with King was into Marxism, but also he was targeted by the same freaking Democratic Party. So there's so many cobwebs in the fabric of our country.
Yeah.
That if they knew all the details on King, it would. I dream things would change. You wouldn't view the speech. You wouldn't view things would change. I'm sorry. Certain things would change. You find about him. People are all aware about the women thing, but black people really didn't have facts on it. They just heard about the women thing here and there. But when that drops, it's going to give you the facts. But it's stuff about Marxism and working with other countries and stuff like that is the stuff that is damaging. And the stuff that like King would do certain things like this that was set, that one almost they were set up and staged to get that done because it proved a certain kind of point so he can push his Marxism. Those were the craziest thing to me, man. Shout out to Vincent Elliott too, because that's where a lot of that stuff I heard from. Shout out to Vincent Elliott on YouTube, and also Spliff D on YouTube, just in case y'all want to hear some other opinions and things that y'all may not have heard. So we just have to, in this country, like Joe was saying, you got to stop admiring the people.
Idolize. We
idolize
humans because they
always will fail on the idolization piece.
Successful in this area, as if that level of a success cannot be acquired by another human, and it can. He tapped into his own potential, and that's for every person that has acquired a certain level of success. If you want the same success, you have to, or you have to walk in your calling. And I feel like, I know I believe a lot of that information to be accurate. And I'm going to read those papers myself 100%. However, it wouldn't surprise me. When Jesus had the 12, they all had different personalities. Judas was there for a reason. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying the things that Martin Luther King did, I feel like it was still relative in regards to the civil rights.
Yeah.
Not all the other stuff that they said that he did. Not that. I'm just talking about the civil rights. I think it was still beneficial. Some have said that they don't think it would have really made much of a difference. Then how would have things been? Slavery was still a fact. There still was discrimination.
Yeah.
It was still separation.
Yeah.
So if he had not come along and did some of those things, where would black people have been?
Well, I don't know.
That's my
I don't know what
question.
black people have been, but I do know that it's in those files. It's going to show how the FBI killed a man because where he was going and who he was linking, established connection. The American government was like, no, you're not going to rile all these black people to start siding with the other countries and to form coalitions against us, the government, because that's when the real problems.
Right.
So it's all it's. Anyway,
It's the information
It's
is
deep.
out there, great people, and that's the thing. Like
you got to
you
read
said,
those files.
you have, but not only that, keep doing the research.
Where the files at? Where do you find that? WhiteHouse.gov? Something?
Probably.
Okay.
I would definitely say an official website. FBI. I don't know, but that's so start with Google or ChatGPT. But because I know it's out there. If they released it, we should have access to it.
Yeah.
So and it's top of my list. Because I know we saw the video, we've heard some other resources, but I want to exactly see what some of that is saying.
All right, y'all. That's all I got on this one.
All right, great people, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and drop us some comments.
We'll see you on the next one.